So what I want to know is he had 30 days to put together a different card act. What does that card act look like? Hello there, YouTube. My name is Erik Tait alongside Nick Locapo. We are professional magicians. Very excited today to watch Disney's Magic Camp.
I can't wait. I've been waiting all week for this. Can we start it now?
No, they need to know who we are.
I need to go to camp.
So we are both working professional magicians. I've actually won a couple of awards, the International Brotherhood of Magicians 2018 Close-Up Champion, and I've appeared on Penn and Teller Fool Us.
I haven't won anything or been on TV.
Nick Locapo has been the face of PenguinMagic.com.
This is the biggest thing I've done in quite a while.
But also Nick has performed at a number of amazing venues like the Magic Castle, the Chicago Magic Lounge, and the Mystique Dining Theater.
Oh, that's true.
And you've also been the face of PenguinMagic.com. Can you tell the viewers a little bit about Penguin?
No, so PenguinMagic.com is the world's largest retailer of magic tricks. Also probably the best place to learn magic online because we really put a lot of effort into creating the best instruction possible for anybody that makes a purchase on the website. Everything comes with a video instructions that go well beyond anything that you would just learn on a, an amazing platform like YouTube, right?
So I think we're going to get into it, and let's watch the movie and see how we feel.
Did you bring your popcorn? Where is it?
No,
we screwed up already.
All I did was bring my cards.
Yeah.
So, all right, here we go, and let's go ahead and get into the movie. No, well, these are like old magicians. These are like.
Oh, I knew that guy. That was Thurston, right?
I think so. But this is
Cardini.
Great card manipulation. If you're watching this on YouTube, you should go look up Cardini.
Yeah, for sure. Doug Henning.
Oh man, the fire hoop.
That is hot.
Dangerous with that hairspray. Oh, we got Ricky Jay throwing cards at watermelons on the Tonight Show.
Man,
that's the Pendragons.
Is that the Pendragons?
Wow,
that is young Pendragons.
Oh, David Copperfield vanishing the Statue of Liberty.
That's my guy right there.
That was sick. Oh, no, that's my guy, Lance Burton.
Yeah, you and Lance are like best friends,
right?
Yeah,
you got to listen to the Penguin Magic podcast to hear Lance and I chat. There's our buddy, Chris Angel.
Oh, yeah.
Blake Vogt, magician who was in Ant-Man. He's teaching.
Imagine forever being known as the Ant-Man magician. I'd take it.
Oh, Kristen Lambert doing her ring routine. That's pretty solid.
Oh, Franco. Is this what this movie is? Just a bunch of slideshows of magician friends?
I mean, so far the magic has been very solid in this movie. 10 out of 10, thumbs up.
Who is this dude?
I don't know, but I love his vibe. And I love that
Where
he's
does
doing
he shop?
Snowstorm in China. Well, he's doing Snowstorm in China, so I know he shops at Penguin Magic.
No, I mean that vest.
Okay, so
that wasn't cool.
Yeah, very cool. Like not a cool move, but also a cool trick because the water disappears and it comes back. Secondly, I'm very excited for the prospect of bullying with magic. I feel like this is my new vibe: is bullying with magic.
Pretty surprising. A Vegas strip magician's able to take time off midsummer to go teach at a magic camp.
I mean, to be fair though, like Tannen's Magic Camp is a real thing, and there are some pretty big magicians who do take some time, like huge magicians that take time off to like go teach kids up there.
Yeah, I guess it is only like a week.
Yeah.
Or is it?
Well, in this, I think it's 30 days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this is like a month-long thing, whereas like Tannen's, I think, is only like a week or two. Okay, can we pause real quick and just say, I want to point out like a really glaring inaccuracy with this movie, which is they're going to be doing card tricks. Like they've already established that a kid is going to be doing card tricks.
Sure, yeah.
But they're clearly at an outdoor summer camp near a large body of water in the middle of summer, and playing cards do not stand up to that type of humidity.
Right.
So I want to say that like I feel like the writers of this movie did not take into account that you cannot do things like Pharaoh shuffles. Like for those of you who are watching on YouTube, this is a Pharaoh shuffle where the cards perfectly alternate. That's impossible if you have a deck of cards out in the woods for more than 10 minutes.
You've thought too much about this already.
Yeah, I have.
I mean, it is a movie, right?
I understand. There's some. Well, so I'm supposed to suspend some disbelief in the movie with the magic they're doing, but they've done so many.
But the thing that's really fooling you is how the cards stay crisp.
Yes, that is what. This is, to me, that is the biggest trick of the movie so far. I mean, there's been some great stuff. The table float was cool. The snowstorm was cool. The wow lights exploding was cool. But the crisp cards in an outdoor environment. Do not understand how that works.
I understand. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
That's where Eric's going to be. I get it.
Back.
Oh.
Ooh, that was an awesome vanish.
Yeah. Be a great way to do it in a live show. Like somebody's on your phone. I mean, of course, nobody checks their phone during my show. But
ever since I saw a magician pull a rabbit out of a hat,
That's funny. I've never seen a magician pull a rabbit out of a hat.
Either have I.
And this girl's how old and she's already seen it? Jealous.
False transfer. You think I put it in my left hand. It's in my right. Bad.
I like
Not
how
the
he's
best.
saying bad, but his wasn't that great to
Yeah,
begin
his
with.
was pretty
Like
rough.
he flashed a little bit.
I don't think it was him, to be all honest.
No, but the kids got it.
Oh, yeah.
That was a pretty good false transfer with a sponge ball. Look at this like multi-packet, like multi-phase, multi-packet Sybils.
All right.
One-handed shuffle.
12-year-old execute a perfect Pharaoh shuffle with one hand. Pharaoh shuffle is one of the single most difficult
mean,
cards.
I just
to
learned a
hang
one-handed
on.
shuffle this
Pause
year.
it. Pause it. I think we need to pause it. I'm gonna be a little pedantic. That was not a perfect Pharaoh shuffle with one hand. That is a one-handed shuffle. Yes, it does have some Pharaoh qualities to it, but it's not a perfect Pharaoh. And also it wasn't perfect. I saw clumps on the top and the bottom, but also he states that the Pharaoh shuffle is one of the most difficult pieces of sleight of hand to do with a deck of cards, and he is incorrect. There are many significantly more difficult pieces of sleight of hand than a Pharaoh shuffle. And in fact, if you get traditionally cut cards, I know that if you're watching this at home right now and you're not a magician, you wonder why I'm talking about traditionally cut cards, but it does make a difference, and it makes the cards basically Pharaoh by themselves. So I don't believe this guy is the master magician. I do believe him as the master cab driver, but I don't believe him as the master magician, because doing a Pharaoh shuffle, not actually the most difficult thing. Look, the cards just lace themselves up. They do it to
I mean,
themselves.
to be fair, it was, but.
Yeah, but also he didn't do a perfect Pharaoh shuffle.
Well, he's 12.
No, the kid I like. The kid, great technique.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Kid doing a one-handed shuffle.
I mean, how's your one-handed shuffle?
I think it's let's see. This is
I mean, yeah, okay. Looks pretty good.
yeah. The point is, what he said is not true.
Okay, no, all right.
I give the kid all the props in the world.
The kid doesn't need to know that it was. He knows it wasn't perfect, right?
The kid. I feel like he's trying to come in and set something up for the kid, and he's lying to the kid about the difficulty of the technique that he's doing.
Okay, well,
And also the name of the technique, and just a lot of different things.
The kid's smart enough to realize it wasn't perfect, and all he's doing is realizing that his camp counselor's an idiot, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel, yeah. In fact, look at his expression right now.
Yeah,
that is definitely.
He's like, yeah, you were just watching me from afar. I wasn't even trying to do it perfect, right? Maybe I missed one or two.
That is definitely camp counselors and idiot eyes.
Okay. Yeah. There's almost like a meme text I can see right here. Right?
When your camp counselor thinks that a Pharaoh shuffle is the most difficult sleight of hand, but it's not really.
Yeah. Out Pharaoh, in Pharaoh. Who cares, right? So I'm going to be interested because, there's going to be a contest coming up, and apparently he's going to be doing cards.
Yeah.
And if anybody, doing cards on a big stage is actually kind of a difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
So I'll be curious to see what his actual routine
Like, how does
looks
he make
like.
the close-up magic play big for everyone?
At least that's what everybody assumes your
Check
basement
out that
looks like,
Justin Willman poster, very prominent in there. I know he
Yeah.
was like one of the lead consultants. That is a very nice casual magic flex.
Well, this is just the casual, impromptu coffee shop magic that everybody does, right?
Yeah.
Could you imagine doing this in a coffee shop like this?
I would love to do this in a coffee shop. I think I know the method, and I'm 80% sure that we could do this in a coffee shop tomorrow.
So, real trick that you can do, right? But
Yeah, like that is a real levitation.
but those people's reactions, totally not fake, because everybody would be losing their mind. Friffle into Cascade?
He's even using the words, the lingo.
This is like some watching Olympic ice skating stuff right now.
Yeah.
Sure, into L cuts. Oh.
Did you see the Tarbell course?
I did see, yeah. There's a Tarbell course
So
back
the only
there.
books they have in there are the Tarbell course in magic.
Well, that makes sense, right? I
Yeah.
mean, Tarbell would be the perfect Magic Camp set of books.
Yeah.
Right? That or maybe like the Mark Wilson book or something. But Tarbell seems to fit the bill there.
Yeah, it's like I see like that rainbow book. Like every magician who like has been around Tarbell, especially you, because you like did this huge video course.
Sure,
with
yeah.
Tarbell.
If you don't know what
that,
the Tarbell Course in Magic is basically kind of the first not encyclopedia, but it was like the first. It was originally a mail-in course for magicians where you could learn via the mail.
Yeah.
Where I don't know if it was weekly or monthly, the author of the book, Harlan Tarbell, would send out these different mail sheets that had tricks on them, and then they got in the 40s, I think, put together into a full 8-volume set.
Yeah.
It was actually only 6 volumes, and then two more got added on later on.
And I think one of them is like an index or something like that.
The last 2 are like modern additions to the Tarbell course, like late comers. But anyway, it was kind of like the last time anybody really like assembled magic and put it all in a book. Right, so
then what Penguin did was they actually filmed every single trick in this series with Dan Harlan, and I know you worked on that project.
Yeah, it's funny, it was Harlan Tarbell and then Dan Harlan, and so it's a great course that you can find on Penguin Magic. Of course, you get all the books on Penguin Magic too. But it would definitely make sense as being the Magic Camp book of choice.
It's like kind of cool, like seeing this movie and like seeing that kind of an Easter egg where they're like, what's going to be in the cabin for the kids to like learn, and like having the Tarbell course and like putting that there, like that's definitely for magicians watching this. Like,
well, that's what and all the tricks that they're learning here at the camp, like the linking rings and the rope tricks and. There's no straitjackets in Tarbell, but the bunnies and the animal magic, all that stuff is covered in the Tarbell course.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense. That's what they would be studying.
Yeah. Okay, so
because who writes books anymore?
I have issues with the teaching of this of the specific camp counselor and his teaching, but I feel like I'm okay with the curriculum that they're teaching by. Oh man, back to more magic through bullying. I think like magicians get bullied so much. Like by other people, for how nerdy this is. Like this is like a really surreal way to approach magic.
Magicians bullying magicians.
Yeah. So this is not chaste. He's not doing chaste. I'm really uncomfortable. It's not clubs, hearts, diamond, spades, diamonds.
It's really getting under your skin right there, right? We just can't like.
All right, so the Queen of Spades is picked, mixed back into the packet. We've got a Cannibal Aces thing. All right, so the Queen's gone. All right, that's dope. I mean, the presentation on the bully is a little lacking, but I like the trick. Well, of course not. Mentalists don't know how cardboard tricks work.
Yeah, he's like, dude, I don't care. Yeah. Let's go on record here and say this is not what magicians should do.
No.
Like, hey, here's a trick. How'd I do it?
Yep.
That is. I hope he gets this shoved in. Okay, yeah, he's about to.
It's card force.
Oh, card force the duplicate? Oh, he's calling it.
Oh no.
I don't have double stick tape should be the new motto for Penguin Magic.
Oh. Oh, see, even better right now.
Yeah.
Now he's going to show you how it's done.
That's a good color change. Normally it's done to the top of a deck. I feel like that was a CGI.
Yeah, so
backflip.
it's some. Ooh, okay.
Okay. A little help from. That looked like it was David Stone's The Tool helping him out there.
Maybe. This is just an interesting scene in general because I mean, it's putting a situation together that isn't quite real, but it's also interesting because it's like it's almost like I like this scene a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's showing you what not to do if you get into magic, right? Because magic is really like about making friends and like sharing stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that magicians like don't share their ideas and secrets together, and it's the farthest thing from the truth.
You and I have been friends for years, and we have shared tons of magic with each other.
It's like, please, can I please show you something that you don't know how to do? You know what I mean? Like, it's so exciting. So this is just an awesome moment.
Well, I think that where some of this is coming from is I think a lot of the public's perception of magic has been sort of altered by Fool Us, where it's like there's a lot of people who think that like so when people find out that I was on Penn and Teller or Fool Us, they go, well, did you fool them?
Right.
And the answer is no, I didn't fool them, but I fooled Allison Hannigan, which is really the more important part of the show.
Sure.
No, but like just getting to go on the show itself is the treat. Not
right.
Like fooling them is like the icing on the cake, but really more like they want magicians to come on the show because they want to see stuff that they've never seen before, which is what all magicians want to do.
Right.
And I think that like when we're at conventions, like big magic conventions, or like the Penguin Max events that we throw, where like magicians come together, we come together to learn and like have sort of like fellowship and share. And this is like not at all.
No, and it's really, this is interesting in the, when I first got in, I was terrified to show any magician anything.
Yeah.
Mostly because I didn't know any magicians. I just kind of thought that they were mean or whatever. I don't know. So when I first saw magicians that were like, yeah, show me something, I was terrified. Yeah. Terrified. And you shouldn't feel that way at all. So this is kind of showing you like what I think some people feel. Yeah. But hopefully the movie will teach us that that's not exactly how it is down the road, right?
I still want to go on the record as saying I'm very into the idea of bullying with magic as a concept.
Sure.
It's,
and unfortunately, I can no longer use double stick tape in any of my tricks.
No, absolutely. This is perfect method ruined. I will say, though, that Theo's version of the trick was really solid.
Well, and that's a great, again, if we go back to this one scene here, it's using this moment to teach you, like, there's a lot of different ways to do the same thing. And this is like, look, you could have showed me this trick, and I'd be like, Eric, this is a really good trick. Yeah. Thank you for showing it to me. I have some ideas that might be really cool, and then you could go down that path. Unfortunately, Trick the Vic's well, something that rhymes with Vic. Yeah.
Well, and the other interesting thing is, and then we can go back to the movie, but Theo implies that his mentalist friend is the one who slipped the card into his pocket, which is something that, like, it's really cool because, like, there's certain sort of styles of magic. Like I mentioned, the Spanish style magic. Like the Spanish magicians,
you gotta watch out for them.
They're really well known for like working together as a group and like ganging up on people to like make some super impossible things.
We're on to you guys. It took us many years, but we're finally close. Yeah. So.
But like when a couple of magicians work together, do you remember, like, it was a few months ago, we had a comedian here, and then you and I worked together with some ring magic against her because we've both been working. It was Amber.
Oh, yes.
And we wrecked her because we were both working with concepts and able to bounce her attention back and forth.
Yeah, once you get a magic friend and you can like do a couple things together,
it's really
well. You're able to do real miracles that way.
Oh,
you know, because and it is interesting. He's actually allowing us to talk about methods a little bit openly here. Yeah. Right? Because I was trying to like not talk too much about secrets, but he just went all in. Like you had a duplicate card,
you forced it, double stick tape,
the thing, right? But with friends, you're able to do stuff that you just can't do by yourself. Yeah. Right? And not that you need. Well, it's always nice to have friends.
This is a
you can do magic without them, but man, it is a fun path to go down.
This is a really interesting scene for a whole bunch of different reasons. Let's find out how this plays out.
Okay.
Okay, back to bullying. Not cool.
Oh, those are
So let's pause right here. Really important. You never mess with someone else's cards. Like, I know that the implication here is that his dad gave him that deck of cards.
Sure.
Which, again, I'm going to nitpick at this movie a little bit. Like, clearly that kid's dad has been gone for quite some time. This cannot be the same deck of cards that his dad gave him because those cards are in way too good a condition.
Right.
So maybe his dad gave him a brick of cards and he's been operating from the same brick or dozen of cards for a considerable length of time.
Yeah.
He is right. If you take my cards and set them on fire, I will freak out at you. You will notice, as we've been sitting here, Nick and I have our own individual decks of cards that we've not been messing with. But yeah, you don't do that.
No.
You don't tear, you don't burn, you don't otherwise mark someone else's or mar or destroy another person's deck.
Yeah, and we were talking a minute ago about the camaraderie between magicians.
Yeah.
I will say, watch your deck while you're around a lot of them, because you never know. You never know. But yeah, not cool. Wow, so there he is doing the show.
She's gonna pick this home. It's a guarantee.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it right here and I'm gonna nitpick a little bit. We just saw an exterior shot of Treasure Island.
We did.
And then we cut to him performing what looks like the McComical Prediction.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, inside this nice, beautiful theater. Mm-hmm. That theater is not inside Treasure Island. That is Matt Franco's theater at the Link Hotel and Casino, because you and I actually sat right where. So when we went to go film Chris Angel, and we had Nick Popa with us, we sat right in the bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah, somewhere down there.
It was like on an aisle. but it was pretty close to the front, and I recognized that theater. By the way, Matt Franco, really cool guy, great show in Vegas. It's a lot of fun. You can actually listen to me and Matt have a conversation on the Penguin Magic podcast. Just go to podcast.penguinmagic.com. There's more than 50 episodes on there. I interview some of the best magicians working all over the world, including some of the top pros in Vegas, and I interviewed them in that theater. So I know that theater is not in Treasure Island. So I'm just saying, like, for continuity purposes, he doesn't know what a Pharaoh Shuffle is. I wouldn't expect him to know which theater
he's in. The wrong show.
He's in the wrong show.
He went to the wrong gig.
Yeah.
He is doing a good trick, though.
Yeah, the McComical Prediction. This is a jumbo version of it, which is cool.
Yeah, which is really... I guess now that I think about it, I've never seen Billy McComb, who this is his trick, I guess. Maybe it was a marketed trick before Billy got his hands on it, because he did a lot of tricks. I don't know if he invented the plot, but he certainly made it popular. He probably invented it, for all I know. But with the jumbo cards, it's like the only way to do it these days. A lot of people, John Lovick, who's a fantastic magician, is kind of the one that, or Handsome Jack does this this routine really well. Even with, he's got the card up here. That's something straight out of the way Handsome Jack would do it.
I was gonna I was looking at that and I was like, this does seem really familiar.
Yeah, this is a great trick. If you watch this and you like the way this is presented, it's something anybody can do. You can search for McComical, but it's like McCombical, McComical deck. Great, easy stand-up routine. It's a great example of something that if you want to get into stand-up magic, like if you need something to present, this would be a great routine for any kid or adult on stage, because there's really nothing hard about it.
I would also say that if you're someone who's watching, this YouTube video and you're a layperson who's not into magic, they make a regular size version of this.
They do,
that you can get, and it's super duper easy, and it's a really great the trick almost works by itself. It's a really neat. Obviously we're not going to talk the method here, but you can definitely buy it if you like it. I guess let's watch the rest of it.
Yeah, because this trick
he's actually doing the whole thing.
Yeah, this is cool. This trick really uses something that magicians talk about a lot, and that's the magician in trouble plot, where it's like you have apparently gotten the card wrong, so the audience feels like nervous and confused, and then you ultimately correct the situation.
I think he's legit performing this for her, and like she's not.
Yeah, that'd be
because
interesting.
that's the reaction you usually get.
See how scared she is?
Yeah.
Like she feels nervous for the magician. It's actually a great sign when your audience is scared, nervous for you. It means they like you, right?
Yeah, that's real relief on her face, or she's a great actress.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, again, the big part that he's in trouble in here is he's supposed to be performing at Treasure Island, and he's clearly performing at the Link in Matt Franco's theater. But do you think? Oh, it's Irma from the Magic Castle.
I have a silk.
I don't know. I couldn't recognize her. Couldn't see her.
Irma's cousin.
She also
Ghost
makes
what?
The name is Cornelius Kessler. Here's my card. If you liked what you saw, review me on Yelp.
That is one of the most accurate magician depictions I've seen.
Yeah, man, Vic's got quite the budget.
Did you hear Vic sort of diss assistant saying she's got the hard job? Assistant, first of all, that is how I indicate that something is my card, with that little hand flip. But he is 100% wrong. The assistants do all of the work for illusionists. I'm putting that out there right now.
Absolutely. Right, we were talking earlier about it's hard to do the card stuff from the stage.
That's an AGT move right there, going out to the judges. So, great deck production. I think I caught a little bit of a flash there.
Interesting.
So you can see what's going on. Oh, that's Gregory Wilson's Revolution, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a fun little thing.
That's a good deck production, though.
Tough spectator choice, you gotta say. Mom could be in on it. Whoa!
Oh, that's a sick little
You've been
flourish.
saving that one all movie.
He's hitting his L cuts again. I feel like some of the L cuts were CGI'd and some of them were real. And that time it looked like it was real.
If they're implying that the old man scripted this whole staging right now, it's really smart a way to close a show.
Yeah.
Bring out the entire cast, put them on the stage, surrounded.
Ooh, classic forcing your mom is super tough.
Yeah, that's why you can't pick your mom for that.
Yeah. I'm not crying.
Whoa!
Okay, so let's talk about a few things here that's just occurring to me. One, her reaction, but look where she's standing.
Again, mom.
Okay, yeah. So I think mom is in on it.
Yeah.
So we've got a little bit of that, like, maybe it's like an instant stooge, or he's already cued her, because she can definitely see how those cards are shooting out of the box. I hate to say it, sometimes magicians use stooges, and I feel like in this instance Theo did. But let's talk about something else real quick, is that he must be instant stooging her, because he didn't find out that she was the one who submitted his application to Magic Camp until maybe 5 minutes before this show.
Right.
Okay, so he's got 6 minutes to put together an act with using card magic that is all about his family and how he misses his mom, and he's finding out now that he's overlooked his mom, which is where all this Queen of Hearts stuff is coming from. And I'm taking nothing away from this, because that is a solid piece of magic,
Yes.
right? The classic force, the second card with the duplicate, and then the Jack of Clubs turns into the Queen of Hearts. Now all of the cards in the deck are the Queen of Hearts. That's all really solid stuff. But what I'm realizing right now is that Theo just scripted this all together maybe 5 minutes beforehand here. Okay, so here's there's two things that's going on. Everyone else is well lit and in this, and so the old man staged a different act that is viewing all of this. But Theo has created this because he didn't find out about his mom being in on this from way too early on. So what I want to know is, he had 30 days to put together a different card act. What does that card act look like? Because if he could pull off this kind of magic, I want to see what the original act was going to be before he found out that his mom was behind him going to Magic Camp to begin with.
I have nothing to say to that.
I make some solid points here, and if I ever get to have Justin Willman in the studio and can grill him about that, I want to know about this.
Yes. I am all yes. Now you bring up some good points.
Yeah.
What was his original act?
Yeah.
Because if he didn't know until right before the show.
I mean,
Mom,
look at the surprise here on Kristen Darkwood's. She didn't know that this act was coming.
You know, let's just say maybe he just got clever with the words, right? Maybe it's the same act.
Okay.
It's just that he's like, okay, well, maybe mom could be the Queen of Hearts now. Maybe there was a different storyline going on. Because, like, look, this was the ending regardless. The card,
Yeah.
the card, what do you call it? The card
fountain. Yeah.
Thank you. It had to have been the ending, because you just don't, like, you know, there's certain apparatus here that you need to accomplish that. The rising card. So maybe he's just clever. Maybe it's just some clever writing before he goes on.
Okay. Yeah. All right. It's one of the two. He's either messed with the scripting, and also scripting an act is super difficult.
I'm terrible at it.
Scripting it that well so that it all fits with an existing, that's amazing.
Well,
all right,
I guess it also tells you that she's not a stooge, though, right? Because he would have to be doing it with anybody in the audience.
Well,
if
then
it
he's
wasn't
got
going to be his mom.
Then he's got a new method for card fountain that she can't see.
Yeah, well, that is true. That is true. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
The Institute of Magic. I want to go to the Institute of Magic.
I do too.
I missed out. I will say I'm excited for Disney to start selling golden wands and red tracksuits, and have the actual Roy Preston Museum at the Magic Kingdom, right?
Oh yeah. I hope that they do like the Magic Institute or Magic Camp at the Magic Kingdom, because we should totally go there.
You know, like, and I'm just spitballing here, but there's an old magic venue at the Magic Kingdom called it used to be called the Golden Horseshoe.
Oh, that's right.
Where a lot of great magicians perform. I think John Armstrong performed just outside of it last summer.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be amazing if Disney actually started performing magic again at the parks, because they stopped doing it a long time ago. There's only a couple magicians that even work there.
Yeah, because I think because Terry Ward is the big one who works there, and if you get a chance to go to Disney after it opens back up, and you should definitely go see Terry Ward, because he's an amazing magician.
Yeah, I mean, he's over in Hollywood Studios at the moment, but like, it would be interesting to see Disney kind of wrap its hands around magic as something that people can learn.
Yeah.
Because I think that'd be amazing for everybody.
I gotta say, like, apart from a couple of like the problematic scenes where, like, you know, the bullies, like the kids were like sort of going at each other as magicians, like butting heads, I feel like this was a pretty good depiction of magic.
No, I would agree.
Yeah.
I would totally agree. The whole competition, again, we'll go right back. That one scene kind of had a lot to do with how I feel about the movie, because it was like, it felt comfortable talking about how tricks worked, and it showed like what you should and shouldn't do and how people interact with one another.
Yeah.
You know, the whole bullying angle of this.
Yeah.
And showing that magic's really about friends and camaraderie and sharing and just something fun to do forever.
Yeah, it's it's neat. Overall, and I like the depiction of them like actually learning sleight of hand as a craft.
Yeah.
And it's like not because I think there have been other sort of depictions of magic.
Well,
in the
okay,
movie.
yeah, it's Now You See Me is the perfect example
Yeah.
of this. It was a very popular movie because when people watch magic movies, people love magic movies,
Yeah.
right?
But
And
so much of that was done in that movie
zero
was
of
not
it.
practical.
Yeah, I think we were even,
Especially in the second one.
oh yeah,
In the
there's
second one,
no-
it got even less practical.
it's about magic tricks, but just blown out of proportion, right?
Yeah.
This is all stuff that you could actually learn to do for the most part. I mean, it
Yeah.
might not look as polished as some of the stuff in here,
Yeah.
but everything in this movie was based on something real.
Yeah, I think so. Just knowing what I know about cards, and then also we both edit film for
Yeah.
for Penguin Magic, and so there's a couple of things we could see that was definitely Hollywood tricks. Like there was a couple of the card flourishes where I was like, okay, those hands look like they're digitally altered a little bit because the maybe the light on the faces of the cards is a little too clean or a little too interesting. But there was a lot of really practical card handling skills. The sleight of hand that they were teaching was really real. It was overall it was really good.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
And like I said, I really hope it's kind of like a gateway to more people, because I think that would be really, really cool. We don't have a lot of great entry points
No, we
into
don't.
Magic right now. And I'm excited that Disney put this movie together.
Yeah, I hope they do a Magic Camp too, because it would be very interesting to see sort of where they go with it if they continue to sort of take the real world magic approach.
Yeah.
Because the only other sort of real world magic approach that I've seen was The Magicians. That was that English movie, where it's very much more about the convention aspect, and
Right.
and so there's some more practical stuff in that. It's a good movie,
Yeah.
but it's a very different take than this.
So Magic Camp is a real thing, though.
Yeah.
We kind of teased it throughout the thing.
There's Tannen's Magic Camp is one of the more famous ones. There's a lot of different ones, but Tannen's is the really big one where a lot of the really big famous magicians today have actually gone to Tannen's Magic Camp. And the Stars of Tomorrow is a really
it really is. A lot of the best magicians I know
Yeah.
started at Magic Camp.
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
I never got to go to it, but yeah, it certainly is a great thing to do. I can only imagine how influential it would be in even my career at this point.
Oh,
if I went,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah,
So-
making those connections from an early age and then being able to continually grow and bounce things off of other people who have the same reference point for magic is
Yeah.
super important.
Yeah, it was a big lesson for me. The first time I ever made magic friends was a big deal.
Yeah.
To discover that somebody else knew, did the same thing or was interested in the same thing that I was.
I think
know?
I think a massive takeaway for this, for anyone who was a layperson watching this, is if you're watching this wondering, hey, I want to get my own kids into magic, and are they going to be picked on and be dorks? I mean, the truth is, there's a tremendous community around magic with some really cool and very interesting people. That your kids can learn things not just magic, but to learn self-confidence, problem solving,
I mean,
discipline.
Being
It's-
able to tell a story, speak in public, you know, you learn magic they're life skills, really.
Yeah.
They're plain and simple. Something you can share with people that's not an app on your phone or a YouTube video or whatever. It's a little something different.
Well, I think I'm going to go out on a limb here and say 2 thumbs up from Magic Camp, both as a family movie and as a depiction of magic.
Yeah, I'm in. Sure. Is that our rating system? 2 thumbs?
Yeah, I think
Smash
it's-
the like button, share the video.
Well,
I don't know what you do. Yeah, double thumbs. Right?
Double thumb.
Double thumb tips.
No, I think it's double thumb tips. It's 2 fans way up.
Yeah, 2 fans way up.
No, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching this video. My name is Erik Tait alongside Nick Locapo. You can find out more about the magic that we do and some magic that you can do at home right over at penguinmagic.com. We'll see you next time.